Hello and welcome to the DeskWave Arts' script writing extension tutorial. The extension is essentially a tool that will help you as a writer streamline your writing process for comic scripts, and then also enforce the writing standards according to the DeskWave Art narrative team's template. So first, in order to install the extension, you have to go to the Google Marketplace to install it directly from there by going to Extensions, Add-ons, and then get add-ons, or by talking to your manager directly. Once you have installed it, you can activate it by going to within the extensions menu, going to DWA, a script extension, and then Open Writer sidebar. The sidebar will pop up on the right side there. This little overview we can close, and there's a few sections for you to pay attention to. We have the overview, which we just closed, the character shortcuts, the text selection, the cheat sheet with some helpful information, and then the help section with a link to this tutorial, as well as a link to the documentation that contains more information in case you need it, and essentially all the details that you might ever want to know. Okay, now for the core features of the extension. The first one doesn't actually use the sidebar at all, and that is page and panel titling. So let's say I want to insert a page into my comic script. I can do that by typing /pg within the document itself on an empty line, and as you can see, it will automatically insert that page title with the correct number, and also auto format it, including the spacing, including font, all that stuff. Then I can insert another one by typing /pg, and I get everything set up automatically. You can also insert in between, and as you can see, the numbering gets updated for all of them, so the order is always correct. Now there's a caveat to that, and that is when you delete a page like this, you see now we end up with the incorrect numbers. The easiest way to fix that is to simply delete one of the existing titles and reinsert it with the /pg, and now you see that the number is correct. Or if we want to delete the first one, same thing. Now for the panel titles. So instead of /pg, we use /pn for that. As you can see, it has different formatting compared to the page, but it all gets inserted automatically in the same fashion. You can even add an extra description. Let's say if you have a central pane or central panel, you can add that description there, and it will still pick it up, and everything will work correctly. Deletion is the same thing as with as with everything else. Let's say I delete this one now. I want to get that formatting corrected. I can just delete one of the existing ones. Actually, let's delete the first one, /pn. As you can see, it all got corrected to 1 and 2 to get the correct numbering and order. Yeah, so that's the first core feature that will make it easier for you to type out your scripts. And the second one is adding characters using character shortcuts. Let's say I have a character whose name is Timothy, and I want to add a shortcut for him with the letter T. So on the right side here in the Add Shortcut menu, I add T for the shortcut, and then Timothy for the name, and then enter to add it. It will show up in the character shortcuts list section here. And when I go into my actual script and go T:\, now you see that everything is automatically formatted. Two things there. The T has to be capital. It cannot be small caps or any part of that shortcut, even if it's longer than just one letter. It all has to be all caps. And then there has to be a space right after the colon for it to pick it up. So yeah, that's just how you use that. Let's add another character just for illustration. Let's go with Lucy. And then capital L space. Nice. Now the next feature of this character insertion, including formatting, is for you to be able to add a description if you need. Let's say Lucy is intimidated, and I want to add that in the brackets. Intimidated. You essentially do the same thing as before. You do your shortcut, you do space, and then in brackets you add your description, whatever that is, then colon, and then space. And now it will get detected, the shortcut will get filled out, and everything will get formatted, including the including the indent, and yeah, everything is the same as any other normal shortcut, but with the exception that it will simply keep whatever you've added in between the brackets. Now, let's say you want to add an existing shortcut already. Let's say I have a character whose name is Tom, and I want to add them under T, and I tried to do that, but now it doesn't work. It won't let me because there already is a character under the shortcut T. So I can change the name of Timothy, or the shortcut of Timothy, from T to Tim by just changing it in here in the list and pressing enter. And then in here, Tim will work and T won't work anymore. So now I'm free to use T for Tom. There we go. So that's how you change and edit an existing shortcut. Then you can also, if you want to clear your assignments, you can do that using this button below the character list. That will remove all the shortcut assignments here. So now you can assign them anew. If you want to delete all the characters you have on your list, you can do so with these minus buttons on the right side. As you can see, now we're completely empty. And yeah, just to show you, I will add, let's say, another character shortcut back in, R for Robert. And now I will, let's say, simulate leaving the session. Let's say I wrote a bunch of stuff in my script. Now I'm going to leave, and then I come back to it. I'm going to just reload my document, which forces me to re-enable the extension this way. You can see that in the character list, the R for Robert shortcut has been remembered. So whatever shortcuts you use here, they're going to be remembered. They're associated with your Google account. So don't worry about them being shared across writers or across Google users. They all belong to you. Whatever you put here is going to get saved. And then you can also see that even though I deleted the shortcut assignments from before for Timothy, Lucy, and Tom, they still get picked up with the empty shortcut field. And that is because in case, let's say, you leave your writing session, and then you come back, and in the meantime, somebody else worked on that same script and added new characters at some point. Instead of you having to look them up and see what was new or having to add them manually here, the extension automatically reads the entire script every time you load it up, every time you load up the sidebar, and adds them here for you to easily and conveniently assign in case you need them as well. So yeah, that's how deleting works, clearing works, and saving works. And as for the that's pretty much everything for the major features of the sidebar. Now, in case you want to disable the extension, you can do so by clicking here on this little checkbox, extension enable disabled. That will do is essentially it will stop detecting any of what I just shown you. So let's say I disable it. Now I type in PN. Now it won't do anything, nor will PG or R colon space. All this stuff will stop working. Now if I re-enable it, we'll be back in action. And yeah, I just realized I forgot to tell you about one last thing, and that is in the text selection, the apply dialog formatting. That is just a little backup feature, just in case, let's say, you add a new character. Let's say I add, I don't know, Tom here, or not Tom, who else? I don't know, Jane. I add Jane here, and then I type a bunch of dialogue. But I haven't gone through the process that I've shown you before for adding a shortcut or assigning it and then using a shortcut to fill their name out. Instead, I typed it out fully and then just put in a space in between the colon and the dialogue, but I still want it to be properly formatted. What I can do, and this can be multiple lines, by the way, what I can do is I can just select these lines, and then in the text selection section, click on apply dialog formatting, and it will automatically fix it up for you. So if you, whatever reason, just type out a bunch of dialogue in a normal way without using any of the character shortcut stuff, you can easily get it into the correct format by using this button and selecting whatever you want to be fixed. And yeah, that's it for all of the features of the extension. Thank you for watching, and I hope this tool speeds up your writing process and helps you.